two household friends alike in dignity, in fair Verona, where we lay our scene, from civil broils broken to enmity, whose civil war makes civil hands unclean.
From forth the fatal loins of these two foes, a pair of star-crossed lovers took their life, whose misadventures, piteous overthrows, through the continuing of their father's strife and death-marked passage of their parents' rage, is now the 2 hours' traffic of our stage.
The which, if you with patient ears attend, what here we want will study to amend.
Gregory, of my word, I'll carry no coals.
No, for if you do, you should be a collier.
If I be in collar, I'll draw.
Ever while you live, draw your neck out of the collar.
I strike quickly being moved.
Aye, but you are not quickly moved to strike.
A dog of the house of the Montagues moves me.
To move is to stir, and to be valiant is to stand to it.
Therefore, of my word, if thou be moved, thou to run away.
There's not a man of them I meet, but I'd take the wall of.
That shows thee a weakling, for the weakest goes to the wall.
That's true, therefore I'll thrust the men from the walls, and thrust the maids to the walls. Nay, thou shalt see I am a tall piece of flesh.
Well, smell thou art not fish, for if thou wert, thou wouldst be but Paul and John.
First I'll play the tyrant. I'll begin with the maids, and off with their heads.
The heads of the maids.
Aye, the heads of the maids, or the maiden heads. Take it in what sense you wilt.
Nay, let them take it in sense that feel it. Here comes 2 of the Montagues. I fear them no more than thee, but draw.
Nay, let us have the law on our side. Let them begin first. I'll tell thee what I'll do. As I go by, I'll bite my thumb, which is disgrace enough if they suffer it.
Content. Go thou by and bite thy thumb. I'll come after a frown.
Do you bite your thumb at us?
Oh.
I bite my thumb.
Aye, but is it at us?
I bite my thumb. Is the law on our side?
No.
I bite my thumb.
Aye, but is it at us?
Hey, come on! Aye! Here comes my master's kinsman.
Who set this ancient quarrel first to broach? Speak, nephew, were you by when it first began?
Here were the servants of your adversaries, and yours, close fighting ere I approached.
Where is Romeo? Saw you him today? Right glad I am he was not at this fray.
Madam, an hour before the worship's sun peeped through the golden window of the east, a troubled thought drew me from company, where underneath the grove sycamore that westward rooted from the city side, so early walking might I see your son. I drew towards him, but he was ware of me and drew into the thicket of the wood. I, noting his affections by mine own, that most are busy when they are most alone, pursued my honor, not pursuing his.
Black and portentous must this humor prove, unless good counsel do the cause remove.
Tell me, uncle, do you know the cause?
I neither know it nor can learn of him.
See where he is, but stand you both aside. I'll know his grievance or be much denied.
I would thou wert so happy by thy stay to hear true shrift. Come, madam, let's away.
cousin.
Is the day so young?
But new struck 9.
Ay me, sad hopes seem long. Was that my father that went hence so fast?
It was. What sorrow lengthens Romeo's hours?
Not having that which having makes them short.
In love.
Out.
Of love.
Out of her favor where I am in love.
Alas, that love, so gentle in her view, should be so tyrannous and rough and true.
Alas, that love whose view is muffled still should, without laws, give pathways to our will. Where shall we dine? God's me, what fray was here. Yet, tell me not, for I have heard it all. Here's much to do with hate, but more with love. Why then, oh, brawling love, oh, loving hate, oh, anything of nothing first create, oh, heavy lightness, serious vanity, misshapen chaos of best seeming things. Feather of lead, bright smoke, cold fire, sick health, still waking sleep that is not what it is. This love feel I, which feel no love, and this. Dost thou not laugh?
No, cause I rather weep.
Good heart at what?
At thy good heart's oppression.
Why such is love's transgression? Griefs of mine own lie heavy at my heart, which thou wouldst propagate to have impressed with more of thine. This grief that thou hast shown doth add more grief to too much of mine own. Love is a smoke raised with the fume of sighs, being purged, fire sparkling in a lover's eyes, being vexed, a sea raging in a lover's tears. What is it else? A madness most discreet, a choking gall and a preserving sweet. Farewell, cousin.
Nay, I'll go along. And if you hinder me, you do me wrong.
I have lost myself. I am not here. This is not Romeo. He's some other where.
Tell me in sadness whom she is you love.
Bid a sick man in sadness make his will. Ah, word ill urged one that is so ill. In sadness, cousin, I do love a woman.
I am so right when as I said you love.
Not right, good mark, and it's just fair I love.
Or right for mark for cause as soon as hit.
Ah, but in that hit you miss. She'll not be hit with Cupid's arrow. She hath Diana's wit, and in strong proof of chastity, well armed against Cupid's childish foe, she lives unharmed. She'll not abide the siege of loving terms, nor ope her lap to saint-seducing gold. She's rich in beauty, only poor, that when she dies, with beauty dies her store.
Of honourable reckoning are you both, and pity 'tis you live at odds so long. But thinking that, what say you to my suit?
What should I say more than I said before? My daughter is a stranger in the world. She hath not yet attained to 14 years. Let 2 more summers wither in their pride before she can be thought fit for a bride.
Younger than she, our happy mothers may.
But too soon marred are these so early married. But woo her, gentle Paris, get her heart. My word to her consent is but a part. This night I hold an old accustomed feast, whereto I have invited many a guest. At my poor house you shall behold this night earth-treading stars that make dark heaven light. Such comfort as the lusty young men feel when well-appareled April on the heel of limping winter treads even such delights amongst fresh female buds shall you this night inherit at my house. Hear all see, and like her most whose merit most shall be. Where are you, Sirrah? Go, trudge about through fair Verona streets, and seek them out whose names are written here, and to them say, my house, and welcome on their pleasure stay.
Seek them out whose names are written here, and yet I know not whose names are written here. I must to the learned to learn of them. That's as much to say as a shoemaker should meddle with his needle, a tailor with his last, a painter with his nets, and a fisher with his pencil. I must to the learned.
Tut, man. One fire burns out another's burning. One pain is lessened with another's anguish. Turn backward and be hope with backward turning. One desperate grief is cured with another's languish. Take thou some new infection to thy eye, and the rank poison of the old will die.
Your plantain leaf is excellent for that. talking shit!
Oh, Romeo, art thou mad?
I'm mad about more than a madman is. Shut up in prison, kept without my food, whipped and tormented and... Good evening, fellow.
Good evening. I pray, sir, can you read?
Aye, my known fortune and my misery.
Perhaps you have learned it without book, but I pray, can you read anything you see?
Aye, if I know the letters and the language.
Ye say honestly, rest you merry.
Stay, fellow. I can read. Signor Martino, his wife and daughters, Count Anselm and his beauteous sisters, the lady widow Vitruvio, Signor Placentio and his lovely nieces, Mercutio, and his brother Valentine, my uncle Capulet, his wife and daughters, my fair niece Rosaline, and Livia, Signor Valentio and his cousin Tybalt, Lucio, and the lively Helena. A fair assembly. Whither should they come?
Up
Whither? To supper?
to our house.
Whose house?
My master's.
Indeed, I should have asked thee that before.
Now, I'll tell you without asking. My master is the great, rich Capulet, and if ye be not of the house of Montagues, I pray, come up and crush a cup of wine. Rest ye merry.
At this same ancient feast of Capulet sups the fair Rosaline, whom thou so lovest, with all the admired beauties of Verona. Go thither, and with unattainted eye compare her face with some that I shall show, and I'll make thee think thy swan a crow.
When the devout religion of mine eye maintains such falsehood, then turn tears to fire, and these who often drowned could never die, transparent heretics be burnt for liars. One fairer than my love, the all-seeing sun, ne'er saw her match since first the world begun.
You saw her fair, none else being by, herself poised with herself in either eye. But in that crystal scales up their way your lady's love against some other maid that I will show you shining at this feast, and she shall scant show well what now seems best.
I'll go along. No such sight to be shown, but to rejoice in the splendor of mine own.
Nurse, where's my daughter? Call her forth to me.
Now by my maidenhead, 12-year-old, I made her come. What lamb? What ladybird? God forbid, where's this girl? What Juliet?
Madam, I am here. What is your will?
This is the matter. Nurse, give me a while. We must talk in secret. Nurse, come back again. I have remembered me. Thou's hear our counsel. Thou knowest my daughter's of a pretty age.
And on Mama's even night shall she be 14, that she shall marry. I remember it well. 'Tis since the earthquake, now 11 years, and she was weaned of all days of the year upon that day. For then I laid the warwood to my dove, sitting in the sun under the dove-house wall. Shake! Quoth the dove-house, 'twas no need I trode to bid me trudge. And since that time is now 11 years, for then Juliet could stand high, no nay, by the root, for then she could have walked up and down. Why, even the day before she fell and break her ground. And then my husband, God rest his soul. Dost thou fall forward, Juliet? Thou wilt fall backward when thou hast more wit. Wilt thou not, Juliet? And by my holiday, the pretty fool left crying. I warn you, should I live 100 years, never should I forget. Wilt thou not, Juliet? And by my troth, the little fool left crying and stinted.
I prithee, nursey, I.
Well, go thy ways, thou art the prettiest babe I nursed. If I but live to see thee marry once, I have my wish.
And that same marriage, nurse, is the theme I meant to talk of. Tell me, Juliet, how stand you affected to be married?
It is an honor that I dream not of.
In honor were I not thy only nurse, I would say, thou hast like wisdom from thy teat.
Well, girl, the noble County Paris seeks thee for his wife.
A man, lady, such a man, as all the world, why he is a man of wax.
Well, Juliet, how like you of Paris, love?
I'll look to like, if looking like you move. But no more deep will I engage mine eye than your consent gives strength to make it fly.
Madam, you are called for. Supper is ready. The nurse cursed in the pantry. All things in extremity make haste, for I must be gone to wait.
What, shall this speech be spoken for our excuse, or shall be on without an apology?
The date is out of such prolixity. We'll have no Cupid hoodwinked with a scarf, nor no without the prologue faintly spoke by the prompter after our entrance. But let them measure us by what they will. We'll measure them a measure and be gone.
Give me a torch. I am not for the assembly. Being but heavy, I will bear the light.
Believe me, Romeo, I must have you dance.
Not I, believe me. You have dancing shoes with nimble soles. I have a soul of lead, so stakes me to the ground, I cannot stir.
Give me a case to put my visage in. A visor for a visor. What care I when curious eye doth quote deformity?
A torch for me. Let wantons light of heart tickle the senseless rushes with their heels. For I am pervert with the grandsire phrase. I'll be a candle holder and look on. The game was ne'er so fair, and I am done.
Touch, done's the mouse, the constable's old word. If thou beest done, we'll draw thee from the mire of this Sir Reverence love wherein thou stickst. Leave this talk, we burn daylight here.
Nay, that's not so.
I mean for in delay. We burn our lights by night like lamps by day. Take our good being, for our judgment sits 3 times and once in a right way.
So, we mean well by going to this mass, but 'tis not wit to go.
Why, Romeo? Anyone ask?
I dreamt a dream tonight.
Then so did I.
Why, what was yours?
That dreamers often lie.
Better sleep while they do dream things true.
Ah, then I see Queen Mab hath been with you.
Queen Mab, what's she?
She is the fairy's midwife, and doth come in shape no bigger than an agate stone on the forefinger of a burgomaster, drawn to the team of little Adonai, the poor men's noses while they lie asleep. Her wagon spokes are made of spinners' webs. The traces are the moonshine watery beams. And in this sort, she gallops up and down through lovers' brains, and then they dream of love, or courtiers' knees who straight on curtsies dream, or ladies' lips who dream on kisses straight, which oft the angry mad with blisters plagues, because their breaths with sweetmeats tainted are. This is that mad that makes maids lie on their backs and proves the women of good carriage. This is that very mad that plaits the manes of horses in the night, and plays the elf locks in foul sluttish hair, which once untangled much misfortune brings.
Peace, peace, thou talkest of nothing.
True. I talk of dreams, which are the children of an idle brain, begot of nothing but vain fantasy, which is as thin a substance as the air, and more inconstant than the wind, which moves even now the frozen bowels of the north, and being angered, puffs away in haste, turning his face to the dew-dropping south.
Come, come. This wind doth blow us from ourselves. Supper is done, we shall arrive too late.
I fear too early. For my mind, this gift of consequence is hanging in the stars, which bitterly begins his fearful date with this night's revels, and expires the term of a despised life closed in this breast. But he that hath the steerage of my course directs my sail. On, lusty gentlemen!
Welcome, gentlemen! Welcome, gentlemen! Ladies that have their toes unplagued with corns will have a bout with you. Aha, my mistresses! Which of you all will now refuse to dance? Am I come near you now? More light, ye knaves, and turn these tables up! Nay, sit! Nay, sit! Good cousin Capulet, for you and I are past our standing days. How long is it since you and I were in a mass?
By Our Lady, sir, 'tis 30 years at least.
Will you tell me that? Cannot be so. His son was but a ward 3 years ago. Good youths, faith. Oh, youth's a jolly thing.
that doth enrich the hand of yonder knight. Oh, she doth teach the torches to burn bright. It seems she hangs upon the cheek of night, like a rich jewel in an Ethiop's ear. Beauty, too rich for use, for earth too dear. The measure done, I'll watch a place to stand, touching hers make happy my rude hand. And my heart loved till now, for swear at sight, I ne'er sought your beauty till this night.
This by his voice should be a Montague. Fetch me my rapier, boy.
What dares this slave come hither covered with an antic face, to scorn and flare at our solemnity? Now, by the stock and honor of my kin, to strike him dead I hold it for no sin.
Why, how now, cousin? Wherefore storm you so?
Uncle, this is a Montague, our foe, a villain that is hither come in spite to mock at our solemnity this night.
Young Romeo, is it not?
It is that villain, Romeo.
Let him alone. He bears him like a portly gentleman, and, to speak truth, Verona brags of him as of a virtuous and well-governed youth. Therefore, be quiet, take no note of him. Bear a fair presence and put off these frowns, an ill-beseeming semblance for a feast.
It fits when such a villain is a guest. I'll not endure him.
He shall be endured. Go to, I say he shall. Am I the master of the house, or you? You'll not endure him? God shall mend my soul. You'll make a mutiny among my guests. You'll set cock-a-hoop. You'll be the man.
Uncle, 'tis a shame.
Go to, you are a saucy knave. This trick will scathe you one day. I know what. Be quiet. More light, ye knave, or I will make quiet.
Patience perforce with willful color meeting makes my flesh tremble in their different readings. I will withdraw, but this intrusion shall, not seeming sweet, convert to bitter gall.
If I profane with my worthy hand this holy shrine, gentle sin is this. My lips, two blushing pilgrims, ready stand to smooth the rough touch with a gentle kiss.
Good pilgrim, you do wrong your hand too much. Which mannerly devotion shows in this? For saints have hands which holy palmers touch, and palm to palm is holy palmer's kiss.
Have not saint lips in holy palmers too?
Yes, pilgrim, lips that they must use in prayer.
Why then, fair saint, let lips do what hands do, they pray. Yield thou, lest faith turn to despair.
Saints do not move, though grant nor prayer forsake.
And move not when my prayer's effect I take. Thus from my lips by yours the sin is purged.
Then have my lips the sin that they have took.
Sin from my lips, O trespass weakly urged, give me my sin again.
You kiss by the
Madam! Your mother calls.
What is her mother?
Why, Mary Bachelor, her mother's the lady of the house, and a kind and a generous and virtuous wife. I nursed her daughter that you talked to withal. I tell you, he that lay hold of her shall have the chick.
Is she a Capulet? Oh, dear account, my life is my foe's thrall.
Nay, gentlemen, prepare not to be gone. Well, then I thank you, honest gentlemen. But for your company, I should have been abed an hour ago. Light to my chamber, ho!
Nurse, what is yonder gentleman?
The son and heir, old Tiburon.
What's he that follows her that would not dance?
I know not.
Go, learn his name. He be married. My grave is like to be my wedding bed.
Madam, his name is Romeo, and a Montague, the son and heir of your great enemy.
My only love, sprung from my only hate. Too early seen unknown, and known too late. Prodigious birth of love is this to me that I should love a loathed enemy.
What's this? What's that?
Nothing, goodness, but a rhyme I learned even now when I dance with.
Come, your mother stays for you. I will go along with you.
Shall I go forward? And my heart is here. Turn back, dull earth, and find my center out.
Romeo! My cousin Romeo!
Dost thou hear? He is wise. Upon my life, he hath stolen him home to bed.
He came this way, and he leapt this orchard wall. Call good Mercutio.
Call nay, I'll conjure too. Romeo! Madman! Humor's passion, lover! Appear thou in the likeness of a sigh. Speak but one rhyme, and I am satisfied. Cry but I me. Pronounce but love and dove. Speak to my gossip Venus one fair word. He hears me not. Ooh. I conjure thee by Rosaline's bright eye, her pretty foot, straight leg, and quivering thigh, and the demeans that there adjacent lie, that in thy likeness thou appear to us.
If he do hear thee, thou will anger him.
This cannot anger him.
Oh. He hath hid himself among those trees to be consorted with the humorous night. Blind is his love, as best befits the dark.
If love be blind, love will not hit the mark. Now will he sit under a medlar tree, and wish that his mistress were of that fruit which maids call medlars when they laugh alone. Ah, Romeo, that she were an open, etc. And now a popper and pear. Romeo, good night. I'll to my trundle bed. This field bed is too cold for me. Count them all, let's away. For 'tis in vain to seek him here, that means not to be found. Oh, oh.
He jested scars that never felt a wound. But soft, what light through yonder window breaks? It is the east, and Juliet is the sun. Arise, fair sun, and kill the envious moon that is already sick and pale with grief, that thou remain are far more fair than she. Be not her maid, since she is envious. Her vestal livery is pale and green, and none but fools do wear it. Cast it off. She speaks, but she says nothing. What of that? For I discourses, I will answer it. I am too bold, 'tis not to me she speaks. Two of the fairest stars in all the skies, having some business, do entreat her eyes to twinkle in their spheres till they return. What if her eyes were there, they in her head? The brightness of her cheek would shame those stars that stay like doth the lamp. Her eyes in heaven would through the air region stream so bright that birds would sing and think it were not night. Oh, now she leans her cheeks upon her hand. I would go up to that same hand that I might kiss that cheek.
I need.
She speaks. Oh, Oh, speak again, bright angel. For thou art as glorious to this night being o'er my head, as is the winged messenger of heaven unto the white upturned wandering eyes of mortals that fall back to gaze on him when he bestrides the lazy pacing clouds and sails upon the bosom of the air.
Ah, Romeo. Romeo. Wherefore art thou Romeo? Deny thy father, and refuse thy name. Or if thou wilt not, be but sworn my love, and I'll no longer be a captive.
Shall I hear more, or shall I speak to this?
'Tis but thy name that is mine enemy. What's Montague? It is nor hand, nor foot, nor arm, nor face, nor any other part. What's in a name? That which we call a rose by any other name would smell as sweet. So Romeo would, were he not Romeo called, retain the divine perfection he owes without that title. Romeo, heart thy name, and for that name which is no part of thee, take all I have.
I take thee at thy word. Call me beloved, and I'll be new baptized. Henceforth I never will be Romeo.
What man art thou that thus between night dost stumble on my counsel?
By a name I know not how to tell thee. My name, fair saint, is hateful to myself because it is an enemy to thee. Had I written, thou would tear the word.
My ears have not yet drunk 100 words of that tongue's utterance. Yes, I know the sound. Art thou not Romeo and Montague?
Neither, fair saint, if either thee displease.
How camest thou hither? Tell me, and wherefore the orchard walls are high and hard to climb, and the place doth consider who thou art. If any of my kinsmen find thee here.
By love's like wings that are perched these walls, where stony limits cannot hold love out. And what love can do that there's love attempt, therefore thy kinsmen are no let to me.
If they do find thee, they will murder thee.
Alas, their lives more peril in thine eyes than 20 of their swords. Look thou but sweet and I'm proof against their enmity.
I would not for the world they should find thee here.
I have night's cloak to hide me from their sight. And but thou love me, let them find me here. For life were better ended by their hate than death, prorogued wanting of thy love.
By whose direction foundst thou out this place?
By love, who first did prompt me to inquire. He gave me counsel, and I lent him eyes. I am no pilot. It wert thou so far as that vast shore washed with the furthest sea, I would have ventured for such merchandise.
Thou knowest the mask of night is on my face. Else would a maiden blush bepaint my cheeks for that which thou hast heard me speak. Tonight fain would I dwell in form, fain deny what I have spoke. But farewell, compliments. Dost thou love me? Nay, I know thou wilt say aye, and I will take thy word. But if thou swearest, thou mayest prove false. At lovers' perjuries they see Jove smiles. Ah, gentle Romeo, if thou love, pronounce it faithfully. Or if thou think I am too easily won, I'll frown and say thee nay and be perverse. In truth, fair Montague, I am too fond, and therefore thou mayest think my behavior light. But trust me, gentlemen, I'll prove more true than they that have more cunning to be strange. I should have been strange, I must confess, but that thou overheardst ere I was ware of my true love's passion. Therefore pardon me, and not impute this yielding to light love, which the dark night has so discovered.
By unblessed moon, I swear the tips of silver all these fruit trees
Oh,
stop.
swear not by the moon, the unconstant moon, that monthly changeth in her circle, or blessed thy love prove thy voice variable.
Now, by...
Do not swear at all. Or, if thou swear, swear by thy glorious self, which art the god of my idolatry, and I'll believe thee.
If my true heart's love.
Swear not at all. Though I do joy in thee, I have small joy in this contract to me. It is too rash, too sudden, too unadvised, too like the lightning that doth cease to be. Ere one can say it lightens. Juliet! I hear some coming. Dear love, adieu. Sweet Montague, be true. Stay but a little, and I'll come again.
Oh, blessed, blessed night! I fear being night. All this is but a dream I hear and see, too flattering true to be substantial.
3 words, good Romeo, and good night indeed. If that thy bent of love be honorable, thy purpose marriage, send me word tomorrow by one that I'll procure to come to thee. And all my fortunes at thy foot I'll lay, and follow thee, my lord, throughout the world.
Love goes towards love like schoolboys from their books, but love from love to school with heavy looks.
Romeo! Romeo! Oh, for a falconer's voice to lure this castle gentle back again. Romeo!
Madam,
At what o'clock tomorrow shall I send?
at the hour of 9.
I will not fail. 'Tis 20 years till then.
Sleep well upon thine eyes, and peace on thy breast. I would that I were sleep in peace and sweet to rest. Now will I go to my ghostly father's cell, his help to crave and my good hap to tell.
The gray-eyed morn smiles on the frowning night, checkering the eastern clouds with streaks of light. Now, ere the sun advances, burning-eyed, a world to cheer, and night's dark dew to dry, we must upfill this osier cage of ours with baleful weeds and precious juicy flowers. Oh, mickle is the powerful grace that lies in herbs, plants, stones, and their true qualities. For not so vile that vile on earth doth live, but to the earth some special good doth give. Nor not so good, but strange from that fair use, revolts to vice and stumbles on abuse. Within the infant rind of this small flower, poison hath residence, and medicine power. Two such opposed foes encamp them still, in man as well as herbs, grace and rude will. And where the worser is predominant, full soon the canker death eats up that plant.
Good morrow to my ghostly confessor.
Benedicity! What early tongue so soon saluteth me? Young son, it argues a distempered head so soon to bid good morrow to my bed. Care keeps his watch in every old man's eye. Where care lodgeth, sleep can never lie. Where unbruised youth with unstuffed brains that couch his limbs, there golden sleep remains. Therefore thy earliness doth me assure thou art uproused by some distemperature. Or if not so, then here I hit it right. Our Romeo hath not been abed tonight.
The last is true, the sweeter rest was mine.
God pardon sin! Wert thou with Rosaline?
With Rosaline, my ghostly father, no! I forgot that name, and that name's woe.
That's my good son. But where hast thou been?
I'll tell thee ere thou asking me again. I have been feasting with my enemy, where on the sudden one hath wounded me that's by me wounded. Both are remedies within thy help and holy physic lies. I bear no hatred, blessed man, for lo, my intercession likewise steads my foe.
Be plain, my son, and homely in thy drift. Riddling confession finds but riddling shrift.
And plainly know my heart's dear love is set on the fair daughter of rich Capulet. As mine on hers, so hers likewise on mine, and all combined, say what thou must combine by holy marriage. Where and when and how we met, we wooed and made exchange of vows, I'll tell thee as I pass. But this I pray, that thou consent to marry us today.
Holy Saint Francis! What a change is here! Is Rosaline, whom thou dost love so dear, so soon forsook? Lo, young men's love then lies not truly in their hearts, but in their eyes. Jesu Maria! What a deal of brine hath washed thy sallow cheeks for Rosaline? How much salt water cast away in waste to season love that of love doth not taste? And lo, upon thy cheek the stain doth sit of an old tear that is not washed off yet. If ever thou wert thus, and these woes thine, thou and these woes were all for Rosaline. And art thou changed? Pronounce this sentence then. Women may fall when there's no strength in men.
Thou chidest me oft for loving Rosaline.
For doting, not for loving, pupil mine.
And badst me bury love.
Not in a grave to lay one in, another out to have.
I pray thee, chide not. She whom I love now doth grace for grace, and love for love allowed. The other did not so.
Oh, she knew well thy love did read by rote, could not spell. But come, young waverer, come. Go with me. In one respect I'll thy assistant be. For this alliance may so happy prove to turn your household's rancor to pure love.
Why, what's become of Romeo? Came he not home tonight?
Not to his father's. I spake with this man.
Ugh, that Rosaline, that same pale, hard-hearted wench. That Rosaline torments him so that he will sure run mad.
Tybalt, the kinsman of old Capulet, hath sent a letter to his father's house.
Some challenge on my life.
Romeo will answer it.
Aye, any man that can write may answer a letter.
Nay, he will answer the letter's master, if he be challenged.
Who, Romeo? Why, he's already dead. Stabbed with the white wench's black eye, shot through the ear with the love song, the very pin of his heart cleft with the blind boy's butt shaft. And is he a man to encounter Tybalt?
Why, what is Tybalt?
More than the Prince of Cats, I can tell you. Oh, he's the courageous captain of compliments. Cats out, he fights as you sing prick song, keeps time, distance, proportion, rests me his men rest, and then what? Two, and a third in the bosom. The very butcher of a silken body. Do a gentleman of the very first house of the first and second cause. The immortal Passado, the Punta Urso, the Hay!
The what?
The pox of such limping, antic, affecting fantasticos, these new tuners of accents. The Yesu, a very good blade, a very tall man, a very good whore. Why, grandsires, this is not a miserable case that we should be still afflicted with these strange flies, these fashion mongers, these pardonnés that stand so much on the new form that they cannot sit at ease on the old bench. Oh, they're bones, they're bones!
Here comes Romeo.
Without his roe, like a dried herring. Oh, flesh, flesh, how art thou fishified? Sirrah, now is he for the numbers that Petrarch floated. Laura, to his lady, was but a kitchen drudge, yet she had a better love to rhyme her. Signor Romeo, bonjour. There is a French curtsy to your French slop. You gave us the counterfeit fairly yesternight.
What counterfeit, I pray you?
The slip, can you not conceive?
I cry you mercy, my business was great, and in such a case as mine, a man may strain courtesy.
Well, that's as much as say as such a case as yours will constrain a man to bow in the hands.
A most courteous exposition.
I am the very pink of courtesy.
Big for flower.
Right.
Then is my pump well flowered.
Well said. Follow me now, thou jest, till thou hast worn out thy pump. Though when the single soul of it is worn, the jest ain't made after the wearing, solely singular.
Oh, single soul jest, solely singular for the singleness.
Oh, why here's a wit of Chevreul that stretches from an inch narrow to an ell broad. Why is this not better now than groaning for love? Now art thou sociable, now art thou thyself. Now art thou what thou art, as well by art as nature. This driveling love is like a great natural that runs up and down to hide his bauble in a hole.
Stop there.
Here's goodly gear.
A sail, a sail, a sail!
Two, a shirt, and a smock.
Peter, prithee give me my fan.
Oh, prithee do good Peter to hide your face, for the fan is the fairer of the two.
God ye good morrow, gentlemen.
Oh, God ye good e'en, fair gentlewoman.
Is it God ye good e'en, I pray you?
Oh, 'tis no less, I assure you, for the body hand of the dial is even now upon the break of noon.
Why, what a gentleman is
A
this?
gentleman nurse, the God hath made for himself tomorrow.
By my troth, well said. For himself tomorrow, quoth he. I pray you, can any of you tell who one may find the young Romeo?
I can. But young Romeo will be elder when you found him than he was when you have sought him. I am the youngest of that name for fault of a worse.
Well said. If you be he, sir, I desire some conference with you.
Oh, belike she means to invite him to supper.
Abon! You'll come to your father's to supper?
I will.
Farewell, ancient lady. Farewell, sweet lady.
Mary, farewell. Oh, what saucy merchant is this who's so full of his rope right?
Gentleman nurse that loves to hear himself talk. He will speak more to in an hour than he will stand to in a month.
Oh, if he were to stand anything against me, I'd take him down if he were lustier than he is. And if I cannot take him down, I will find him that shall. I'm none of his flirt gills, I'm none of his skeins mates. And thou, like a knave, must stand by and watch every jack use me at his pleasure.
I see nobody use you at his pleasure. If I had, I would soon have drawn. You know, my tool is as soon out as another's if I see time and place.
For God, he hath vexed me so that every member about me quivers. Scurvy jack. But, as I said, my lady bade me seek ye out, and what she bade me tell you that I keep to myself. But, if you were to lead her into a fool's paradise, as they say, as it were a very gross kind of behavior, as they say, for the gentlewoman is young.
Nurse, commend me to thy lady. Tell her I protest.
Good heart, ye faith. I will tell her so. Oh, she will be a joyful woman.
Why wilt thou tell her?
That you do protest, which, as I take it, is a gentlemanlike proffer.
Bid her get leave tomorrow morning to come to Shrift to Fry Lawrence's cell, and stay down, nurse, behind the abbey wall. My man shall come to thee and bring along the cord, made like a tackled stair, which, to the high-top gallant of my joy, must be my conduct in the secret night. Oh, take that for that pains.
Oh, no, not a penny, truly.
I say you shall not choose.
Come tomorrow morning, she shall not fail.
Farewell. Stay trusty, not quite thy pains.
Take my fan, good
she cannot find him. That's not so. Oh, she is lazy, loves herald should be thoughts, and run more swift than hasty powder fire, doth hurry from the fearful cannon's mouth. Oh, now she comes. Tell me, gentle nurse, what says my love?
Oh, I am weary. Let me rest a while. Oh, Lord, Lord, how my bones ache. Oh. Where is my man? Give me some aquavitae.
I wouldst thou had my bones, and I thy news.
Aye, what a joint have I had all, and my back up. The other side, Lord, Lord, what a case am I in.
But tell me, sweet nurse, what says Romeo?
Romeo. Nay, alas, you cannot choose a man. He's nobody. He's not the flower of courtesy. He is not a proper man. And for a hand, a foot, and a body, well, go thy way, wench. Thou hast an e-faith. Oh, Lord, Lord, how my head beats.
What of all this? Tell me, what says he to our marriage?
Marry, he says, like an honest gentleman and a kind, and I, Lord, virtuous. Where is your mother?
Lord, Lord, how oddly thou replies. He says like a kind gentleman, and an honest, and a virtuous. Where is your mother?
Mary, come up, cannot you stay a while? Is this the poultice for mine aching bones? Next ere you'll have done, even do it yourself.
Nay, sweet nurse, I do entreat thee now. What says my love, my lord, my Romeo?
Go, hie you straight to Friar Lawrence cell. Frame you excuse that you must go to shrift. There stays a bridegroom to make you a bride. Now comes the wanton blood up in your cheeks. I must provide a ladder made of cords, with which your lord must climb a bird's nest soon. I must take pains to further your delight, for you will bear the burden soon at night. Doth this news please you now?
How doth her latter words revive my heart? Thanks, gentle nurse, dispatch thy business, and I'll not fail to meet my Romeo.
Now, Father Lawrence, in thy holy grant consists the good of me and Juliet.
Without more words, I will do all I may to make you happy, if in me it lie.
This morning here she pointed we should meet, and consummate those never-parting bands, witness of our heart's love by joining hands. And come she will.
I guess she will indeed. Youth's love is quick, swifter than swiftest speed. See where she goes.
Romeo!
My Juliet. Welcome. As to waking eyes closed in night's mist, attend the frolic day, so Romeo hath expected Juliet. And now are come.
I am, if I be day, come to my sunshine forth and make me fair.
All of beauty's fairness dwelleth in thine eyes.
Romeo from thine, all brightness doth arise.
Come, ones, come. The stealing hours do pass. Defer embracements till some fitter time. Part for a while. Ye shall not be alone till Holy Church have joined ye both in one.
Lead, Holy Father, all delay seems long.
Make haste, this lingering doth us wrong.
Oh, soft and fair makes sweetest work, they say. Haste is a common hinderer in cross way.
I prithee, good Mercutio, let's retire. The day is hot, and castles are abroad.
Oh, thou art like one of those that when he comes into the confines of a tavern, claps me his rapier on the board and says, God send me no need of thee. And by the operation of the next cup of wine, he draws it on the drawer, when indeed there is no need.
Am I like such a one?
Oh, go to, thou art as hot a jack, and as soon moved to be moody, and as soon moody to be moved.
And what too?
Nay, and there were two such we should have done shortly. Didst thou not fall out with a man for cracking of nuts, having no other reason but because thou hast hazel eyes? What eye but such an eye would pick out such a quarrel? And yet thou wilt forbid me quarreling.
By my head, here comes a Capulet.
By my heel, I care not.
Gentlemen, a word with one of you.
Oh, but one word with one of us. Thou hast best couple it with somewhat, make it a word and a blow.
I'm apt enough for that, if I have occasion.
I'll put you not take occasion.
Mercutio, thou consorts with Romeo?
Consorts, zoons, consorts! The slave will make fiddlers of us. If you do see or look for nothing but discord, for here's my fiddlestick.
Well, peace be with you. Here comes my man.
But I'll be hanged if you wear your livery. Marry, go before into a field that he may be your follower, and in that sense your worship might call him man.
Romeo! The hate I bear thee can afford no better word to these. Thou art a villain! The
love I bear to thee doth excuse the appertaining rage to such a word, villain am I none. Therefore I will perceive thou knowest me not.
Base boy, this cannot serve thy turn, and therefore draw.
I do protest. I love thee better than thou canst devise.
Dishonorable, vile submission. Hollis staccato carries it away. You, rat catcher! Come back. Come back.
What wouldst with me?
Oh, not thinking of cats, but borrow one of your 9 lives. Therefore come. Ooh, draw your rapier out of your scabbard, lest mine be about your ears, or you be aware.
Old Mercutio! Beat down your weapons!
Is he gone? I think nothing. That box on your houses.
What if they're hurt, man? The wound is not that deep.
Nay, not so deep as a well, nor so wide as a barn door, but it will serve, I warrant. What meant you to come between us? I was hurt under your arm.
I did all for the best.
Pox on your houses. I am fairly dressed. Sarah, go fetch me a surgeon.
I go, my lord.
I am peppered for this world. I am sped of faith. Ye have made worms made of me. And you ask for me tomorrow. You shall find me a grave man. Pox of your houses! I will be fairly mounted on 4 men's shoulders for your house of the Montagues and Capulets, and some peasantly rogues and sextons and base slave shall write my epitaph. And that Tybalt came and broke the prince's laws, and Mercutio was slain for the first, then second cause. Where is the surgeon?
Please come, sir.
Come then, Bolio. Lend me thy hand. Pox on your houses.
This gentleman, the prince's near ally, my very friend, hath taken this mortal wound on my behalf. My reputation stained with Tybalt's slander. Tybalt, that an hour hath been my kinsman. Ah, dear Juliet, how all thy beauty makes me thus effeminate, and in my temper soft and valor steel.
Romeo! Brave Mercutio is dead! Thy gallant spirit hath aspired the clouds, which to untimely scorn this lowly earth.
This day's black fate and more days doth depend. This but begins what other days must end.
Here comes that furious Tybalt. Back again!
Alive and triumph from Mercutio slain? Away to heaven, respective lenity and fire I fear be my conduct now. Now, Tybalt! Take that villain back again which late thou gave me. For Mercutio's soul is but a little way above the clouds, and safe for thine barren company. Or thou, or I, or both shall follow him.
Romeo, away! Thou seest the Tybalt slain. The citizens approach. Away, be gone! The wilt be taken.
I have fortune's slave.
Where's he that slew Mercutio, Tybalt, that villain!
There is that Tybalt.
Upsura, go with us. Would be the vile beginners of this fray.
Noble prince, I can discover all the most unlucky manage of this brawl. Here lies the man slain by young Romeo that slew thy kinsman, brave Mercutio.
Tybalt, oh my brother's child, unhappy sight. Oh, the blood is spilt of my dear kinsman. Prince, as thou art true, for blood of ours, shed blood of Montague's.
Speak, Benvolio, who began this fray?
Tybalt, here slain who Romeo's hand did slay. Romeo spake him fair, bid him to think how nice the quarrel was. But Tybalt, still persisting in his wrong, the stout Mercutio drew to calm the storm, which Romeo seeing called, "Stay, gentlemen." With a furious thrust, Tybalt rid the life of stout Mercutio. That he fled, presently returned with his rapier braved Romeo that had but newly entertained revenge. And ere I could draw forth my rapier to part their fury, down did Tybalt fall, and this way Romeo fled.
He is a Montague and speaks partial. Some 20 of them fought in this black strife, and all those 20 could but kill one life. I do entreat, sweet prince, thou justice give. Romeo slew Tybalt. Romeo may not live.
And for that offense, immediately we do exile him hence. I have an interest in your hate's proceeding. My blood for your rude brawl doth lie a-bleeding. But all mercy was so large a fine that you shall all repent the loss of mine. I will be deaf to pleading and excuses, nor tears, nor prayers shall purchase for abuses. But pity will dwell and govern with a still mercy for all but murderers, pardoning none that kill.
Far for its deeds to Phoebus' mansion. Such a wagoner as Phaeton would quickly bring you thither and send in cloudy night immediately. But how now, nurse? Oh Lord, why look'st thou sad? What hast thou there, the courts?
I, the court? Oh, we are undone, lady, we are undone.
What devil art thou that torments me thus?
Alack the day! He's dead. He's dead. He's dead!
This torture should be borne in this small house. Can heavens be so envious?
Romeo can, if heavens cannot. I saw the wound, I saw it with my eyes. Blood course, a piteous bloody course, all pale as ashes. I swoonded at the sight.
Ah, Romeo! Romeo! What disaster has severed thee from thy true Juliet? Why should heaven so much conspire with woe? Or fate envy our happy marriage so soon to sunder us by timeless death?
Oh, Tybalt! Tybalt, the best friend I had! Oh, honest Tybalt, courteous gentleman.
What storm is this that blows so contrary? Is Tybalt dead? And Romeo murdered? My dear loved cousin, and my dearest lord. Then let the trumpets of the general doom. These two being dead, then living is there none.
Tybalt is dead, and Romeo banished. Romeo that murdered him is banished.
Heavens. Did Romeo's hand shed Tybalt's blood?
It come to Romeo?
A blister on that tongue, he was not born to shame. Upon his face, shame was a shame to sit. But wherefore, but didst thou kill my cousin? That villain cousin would have killed my husband. All this is comfort. But there yet remains worse than his death, which fain I would forget, but press it to my memory. Romeo is banished. That word banish it is worse than death. Romeo is banished. His father, mother, Sybil, Juliet, all killed, all slain, all dead, all banished. Where are my father and my mother, nurse?
Weeping and wailing over Tybalt's corse. Will you go to them?
Aye, when their tears are spent, mine shall be shed for Romeo's banishment.
Your Romeo will be here tonight. All to him, he's hid at Friar Lawrence cell.
Do so, and bear this ring to my true knight, and bid him come to take his last farewell.
Romeo, come forth, thou fearful man. Affliction is enamored of thy parts, and thou art wedded to calamity.
Father, what news? What is the prince's doom? What sorrow trace acquaintance at our hand which yet we know not?
Too familiar is my young son with such sour company. I bring thee tidings of the prince's doom.
All less than doomsday is the prince's doom.
A gentler judgment vanished from his lips, not body's death, but body's banishment.
Ha! Banishment? Be merciful, say death. For exile hath more terror in its looks than death itself. Do not say banishment.
Hence from Verona art thou banished? Be patient, for the world is broad and wide.
There is no world without Verona walls, but purgatory, torture, hell itself. Hence banished is banished from the world, and the world exiled is death. Calling death banishment, thou cuts my hair off with the golden axe, and smiles upon the stroke that murders me.
Monstrous sin! Rude unthankfulness! Thy fault our law calls death, but the mild prince, taking thy part, hath brushed aside the law and turned that black word death to banishment. This is mere mercy, and thou seest it not.
'Tis torture, not mercy. Heaven is here, where Juliet lives, and every cat and dog and little mouse, every unworthy thing live here in heaven and may look on her. But Romeo may not. More validity, more honorable state, more courtship lives in carrion flies than Romeo. They may seize on the white wonder of fair Juliet's skin, and steal immortal kisses from her lips. But Romeo may not, he is banished. Flies may do this, but I from this must fly. O Father, hadst thou no strong poison mixed, no sharp ground knife, no present mean of death, though ne'er so mean but banishment to torture me withal? Thou banish it. O Friar, the damned Jews that were in hell, howling attends it. How hast thou the heart, being a divine, a ghostly confessor, a sin absolver, and my friend professed, to mingle me with that word banishment?
O thou fond madman, hear me but speak a word.
Dost thou speak again of banishment?
I'll give thee armor to bear off this word, adversity sweet milk, philosophy to comfort thee, though thou be banished.
Yet banish it. Hang up philosophy. Unless philosophy can make a Juliet, displant to town, reverse a prince's doom, it helps not, it prevails not. Talk no more.
Now I see that madmen have no ears.
How should they when that wise men have no eyes?
As we dispute with thee of thy estate.
Thou canst not speak of what thou dost not feel. With thou as young as I, Juliet I love, and I would but marry, Tybalt murder it, doting like me and like me banish it. Then mightst thou speak. Then mightst thou tear thy hair and fall upon the ground, as I do now, taking the measure of an unmade grave.
Romeo, arise! Stand up! Thou wilt be taken. I hear one knock. Arise and get thee gone!
Oh,
God's
Friar!
will, what willfulness is this?
Oh, Friar, open the door.
By and by I come. Who's there?
One from Lady Juliet.
Then come near.
Oh, Friar! Holy Friar, tell me, Holy Friar, where is my lady's lord? Where is Romeo?
There on the ground, his own tears made drunk.
He is just in my mistress's case, just in her case. Oh, woeful sympathy, piteous predicament. Even so lies she, weeping and blubbering, blubbering and weeping.
Spakest thou with Juliet? How is it with her? Doth she not think me an old murderer? Now I have stained the childhood of her joy with blood removed but little from her own. Where is she? And how doth she? And what says my concealed lady to her cancelled love?
She saith nothing, but weeps and pules, and now falls on her bed, and now on the floor, and on Tybalt cries, and on Romeo calls.
That knave shot from the deadly level of a gun did murder her as that knave's cursed hand murdered her kinsman. Tell me, friar, in what vile part of this anatomy does my name lie? Tell me that I be sacked as hateful men.
Fool! Stain thy hand! Art thou mad? Thy form cries out thou art, but thy wild acts denote the unreasonable furies of a beast. Unseemly woman in a seeming man, or a seeming beast in seeming both, thou hast amazed me. By my holy order, I thought thy disposition better tempered. Hast thou slain Tybalt? Wilt thou slay thyself, and slay thy lady too that lives in thee? Rouse up thy spirits. Thy lady Juliet lives, for whose sweet sake thou wert but lately dead. There art thou happy. Tybalt will kill thee, but thou slewest Tybalt. There art thou happy too. A pack of blessings lights upon thy back. Happiness courts thee in his best array. But like a misbehaved and sullen wench, thou frownst upon thy fate that smiles on thee. Take heed, for such die miserable. Go, get thee to thy love as was decreed. Ascend her chamber window hence, and comfort her. But look thou, stay not till the watch be set, for then thou canst not pass to Mantua. Nurse, provide all things in a readiness. Comfort thy mistress, haste the house to bed, which heavy sorrow makes them apt unto.
Good Lord, what a thing learning is. I could stay here all this night to hear good counsel. I will tell your lady that you will be there tonight.
Do so, and bid Miss Week prepare to chide.
Here, sir, it's a ring that she gave me.
How well my comfort is revived by this.
Sojourn in Mantua. I'll find out your man, and he shall signify from time to time every good hap that doth befall thee here. Farewell.
But then a joy past joy cries out on me. It were grief so brief to part with thee.
Things have fallen out, sir, so unluckily that we have had no time to move my daughter. Look ye, sir, she loved her kinsman dearly, and so did I. Well, we were born to die. Wife, where's your daughter? Is she in her chamber? I think she means not to come down tonight.
These times of woe afford no time to woo. Madam, farewell. Commend me to your daughter.
Sir Paris, I'll make a desperate tender of my child. I think she will be ruled in all respects by me. But soft, what day is this?
Monday, my lord.
Oh, then Wednesday is too soon. On Thursday, let it be. You shall be married. We'll make no great ado, a friend or two, or so. For look ye, sir, Tybalt being slain so lately, it will be thought we held him carelessly if we should revel much. Therefore, we will have some half a dozen friends, and make no more ado. But what say you to Thursday?
My lord, I wish that Thursday were tomorrow.
Wife, get you to your daughter ere you go to bed. Acquaint her with the county Paris love. Farewell, my lord, till Thursday next. Wife, get you to your daughter. For me, it is so very, very late. We may call it early by and by.
Wilt thou be gone? It is not yet your day. It was the nightingale, and not the lark that pierced the fearful hall of thine ear.
streaks to lace the severing clouds in yonder east. Night's candles are burnt out, and jocund day stands tiptoes on the misty mountaintops. I must be gone and live, or stay and die.
Yon light is not dead. I know it. It is some meteor that the sun exhales to be this night to be a torchbearer, and light thee on thy way to Mantua. Then stay a while. Thou shalt not go soon.
Let me stay here. Let me be ta'en and die. If thou wilt have it so, I am content. I'll say yon grey is not daylight. I'll say it is the pale reflex of Cynthia's brow. I'll say it is the nightingale that beats the vaulty heaven so high above our heads, and not the lark the messenger of morning. Come, death, and welcome. Juliet wills it so. What says my love? Let's talk. It's not yet day.
It is. Begone. Flatheads away. It is the lark that sings so out of tune, straining harsh discords and unpleasing sharps. Some say the lark makes sweet division. This doth not so, for this divideth us. Some say the lark can the toad change eyes. I would that now they had changed voices too, since arm from arm her voice doth us affray. Hunting thee hence with hunts out to the day. So now get thee gone, more light and light it grows.
More light and light, more dark and darker woes. Farewell, my love, one kiss and all the sight.
Art thou gone, so my lord? My love, my friend, I must hear from thee every day in the hour, for in an hour there are many minutes. Minutes are days, so will I number them. Oh, by this count I shall be much in years ere I see thee again.
Farewell. I will omit no opportunity to convey my greetings, love, to thee.
Oh, thinkst thou we shall ever meet again?
No doubt. No doubt. And all this woe shall serve for sweet discourses in the time to come.
O God, I have an ill-divining soul, methinks I see thee. Now thou art below, like one dead, in the bottom of a tomb. I would, mine eyesight fails, or thou lookest pale.
And believe me, love, in my eyes so do you. For sorrow drinks our blood. Adieu. Adieu.
Where are you, daughter? What lamb? What ladybird? What Juliet?
How now?
It is your mother. Why, how now, Juliet?
Madam, I am not well.
What? Evermore weeping for your cousin's death? Think thou wilt wash him from his grave with tears?
I cannot choose having so great a loss.
I cannot blame thee. But it grieves thee more that villain lives.
What villain, madam?
That villain Romeo.
Villain and he are many miles asunder.
Content thee, girl. If I could find a man, I soon would send to Mantua where he is, that should bestow on him so sure a draught, as he should soon bear Tybalt company.
Find you the means, and I'll find such a man, for whilst he lives, my heart shall never be light till I behold him. Dead is my poor heart, thus for a kinsman vexed.
Well, let that pass. I come to bring thee joyful news.
And joy comes well in such a needful time.
Well, thou hast a careful father, girl, and one who, pitying thy needful state, hath found thee out a happy day of joy.
And what day is that, I pray you?
Marry, my child, the gallant, young and youthful gentleman, the County Paris at St. Peter's Church. Early next Thursday morning must provide to make you there a glad and joyful bride.
Now by St. Peter's Church, and Peter too, he shall not there make me a joyful bride. Are these the news you had to tell me of? Mary. Here are news indeed, madam, for I will not marry yet. And when I do, it shall be rather Romeo, whom I hate, and County Paris that I cannot love.
Here comes your father. You may tell him so.
Why, how now? Ever more showering? In one little body thou resemblest a sea, a bark, a storm. For this thy body, which I term a bark, still floating in the ever-falling tears, and tossed with sighs arising from thy heart, will without succor shipwreck presently. But hear you, wife, what have you sounded her? What said she to it?
I have, but she will not, she thanks ye. Would God that she were married to her grave.
Doth she not thank us? Doth she not wax proud?
Not proud that ye have, but thankful that ye have. Proud can I never be of that I hate, but thankful even for hate that is not love.
Proud? And I thank you, and I thank you not, and yet not proud? What's here, chop logic? Proud me, no prouds, nor thank me, no thanks, but settle your fine joints on Thursday next to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or I will drag you on a hurdle thither. Out, you green sickness baggage! Out, you tallow face!
Good father, hear me speak.
I tell you what, either resolve on Thursday next to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or henceforth never look me in the face. Speak not, reply not, for my fingers itch. Why, we thought that we were scarcely blessed, that God had sent us but this only child. But now I see this one is one too much, and that we have a cross in having her.
God in heaven, my lord, you are to blame to rate her so.
And why, my lady wisdom? Hold your tongue, good prudence. Smatter with your gossips. Go!
My lord, I mean to speak no treason.
Oh, God in goodyear, utter your gravity over a gossip's bowl, for here we need it not.
My lord, ye are too hot.
God's blessed mother wife, it mads me. Day, night, early, late, at home, abroad, alone, in company, still my care hath been to see her matched. And having now found out a gentleman of princely parentage, youthful and nobly trained, stocked, as they say, with honorable parts, proportioned as one's heart could wish a man, and then to have a wretched, whining fool, a puling mammoth in her fortune's tender, to say, I cannot love, I am too young, I pray you pardon me. Now, if you cannot love, I'll pardon you. Graze where you will, you shall not house with me. Look to it, think on it. I do not use to jest. I tell you what, either resolve on Thursday next to go with Paris to St. Peter's Church, or henceforth never look me in the face. If you be mine, I'll give you to my friend. If not, hang, drown, starve, beg, die in the streets. For by my soul, I'll never more acknowledge thee, nor what I have shall ever do thee good. Think on it. Look to it. I do not use to jest.
Is there no pity, hanging in the clouds, that looks into the bottom of my books? I do beseech you, madam, cast me not away. Defer this marriage for a day or two, or, if you cannot, make my marriage bed an apt embodiment where Tybalt lies.
Nay, be assured, not speak a word. Do what thou wilt. I've done with thee.
Nurse, what comfort, what counsel canst thou give me?
Now trust me, madam, I know not what to say. Your Romeo is banished and all the world to nothing. He never dares return to challenge you. I think you good to marry with this count. He's a gallant gentleman. Romeo is a mere dishclout in respect of him. I promise you, I think you happy in this second match. As for your husband, he is dead, or 'twere as good he were, for you have no use of him now.
Speakst thou this from thy heart?
And from my soul, or be sure them both.
Amen. Friar Lawrence's cell to confess me and to be absolved.
I will.
And this is wisely done.
Ancient damnation! Almost cursed fiend! Is it more sin to wish me thus forsworn, or to dispraise him with the self-same that thou hast praised him, with above compared so many thousand times? Go thy way, counselor. Thou and my bosom henceforth shall be twain. I'll to the friar to know his remedy. If all counts else, I have the power to die.
On Thursday, say ye? The time is very short.
My father, Capulet will have it so, and I am nothing slack to slow his haste.
You say you do not know the lady's mind? Uneven is the course. I like it not.
Immeasurably she weeps for Tybalt's death, and therefore have I little talked of love, for Venus smiles not in the house of tears. Now, sir, her father thinks it dangerous that she should give her sorrow so much sway, and, in his wisdom, hastes our marriage to stop the inundation of her tears, which, too much minded by herself alone, may be put from her by society. Now do you know the reason of this haste?
I would I knew not why it should be slow. Here comes the lady to myself.
Welcome, my love, my lady, and my wife?
That may be, sir, and I may be a wife.
That may be, must be, on Thursday next.
What must be shall be.
That's a certain text.
Come ye to confession to this friar?
To tell you that which I confess to you.
Do not deny to him that you love me.
I will confess to you that I love him.
So I am sure you will that you love me.
And if I do, it will be of more price being spoke behind your back than to your face.
Poor soul, thy face is much abused with tears.
The tears have got small victory by that, for it was bad enough before their spite.
Wrongstead more than tears by that report.
That is no wrong, sir, that is a truth. And what I spake to my face.
Thy face is mine, and thou hast slandered it.
It may be so, for it is not mine own. Are you at leisure, Holy Father, now, or shall I come to an evening mass?
My leisure serves me, pensive daughter, now. My lord, we must entreat the time alone.
God shield, I should disturb devotion. Juliet, farewell, and keep this holy kiss.
Go, shut the door, and when thou hast done so, come weep with me that am past cure, past hell.
Ah, Juliet, I already know thy grief. I hear thou must, and nothing may prorogue it, on Thursday next be married to the county.
Tell me not that thou hearest of it, unless thou tell me how we may prevent it. Give me some 7 counsel, else, behold, twixt my extremes and me, this bloody knife shall play the umpire, arbitrating that which is the commission of thy years and art could to no issue of true honor bring. Speak not. Be brief. For I desire to die. If what thou speak not of remedy.
Stay, Juliet. I do spy a kind of hope, which craves as desperate an execution as that is desperate we would prevent. If, rather than to marry County Paris, thou hast the strength or will to slay thyself, 'tis not unlike that thou wilt undertake a thing like death to chide away this shame, that coax with death itself to fly from blame. And if thou dost, I'll give thee remedy.
Oh, bid me leap rather than marry Paris, from off the battlements of yonder tower, or chain me to some steep mountain top, where roaring bears and savage lions are, or shut me nightly in a charnel house, with ricky shanks and yellow chapless skulls, or lay me in tomb, with one new dead. Things I hear them named have made me tremble, and I'll do it without fear or doubt to keep myself a faithful, unstained wife to my dear lord, my dearest Romeo.
Hold, Juliet. Hie thee home, get thee to bed. Let not thy nurse lie with thee in thy chamber. When thou art alone, take thou this vial, and this distilled liquor drink thou off. When, presently, through all thy veins shall run a dull and heavy slumber, which shall seize each vital spirit. For no pulse shall keep his natural progress, but surcease to beat. No sign of breath shall testify thou livest, and in this borrowed likeness of shrunk death thou shalt remain full 42 hours. And when thou art laid in thy kindred's vault, I'll send in haste to Mantua to thy lord, and he shall come and take thee from thy grave.
Friar, I go. Be sure thou send for my dear Romeo.
Where are you, Sirrah?
Here, forsooth.
Go, provide me 20 cunning cooks.
I warrant you, sir. Let me alone for that. Know them by licking their fingers.
How canst thou know them so?
Ah, sir. 'Tis an ill cook cannot lick his own fingers.
Ah, well, get you gone. But where's this headstrong?
She's gone, my lord, to Friar Lawrence, to be confessed.
Ah, he may have to do some good of her. A headstrong, self-willed harlotry it is.
See, here she cometh from confession.
Why, how now, my headstrong? Where have you been gathered?
Where I have learned to repent the sin of forward willful opposition against you and your behest, and am enjoined by holy lords to fall prostrate here and crave remission of so foul a fact.
Why, that's well said.
Now, before God, this holy reverend friar, all our whole city is much bound unto. Go, tell the county presently of this, for I will have this knot knit up tomorrow.
Nurse, will you go with me to my closet to sort such things as shall be requisite against tomorrow?
I prithee do, good nurse, go in with her. Help her to sort tires, rebottos, chains. I will come into you presently. Come, sweetheart, shall we go?
I prithee, let us.
Methinks Thursday would be time enough.
I say I will have this dispatched tomorrow. Go, one, and certify the count thereof.
I pray, my lord, let it be Thursday.
I say tomorrow, while she's in the mood.
We shall be short in our provision.
Let me alone for that. So, get you in. Now, before God, my heart is passing light to see her thus conformed to our will.
Tom, what need you? Anything else?
No, nothing, good nurse. But leave me to myself, for I do need to lie alone tonight.
Well, there's a clean smock under your pillow, and so good night. What, are you busy? Do you need my help?
No, madam. I desire to lie alone, for I have many things to think upon.
Well then, good night. Be stirring, Juliet. Count will be earlier tomorrow.
Farewell. God knows when we shall meet again. I do take a fearful thing in hand. What if this potion should not work at all? Must I of force be married to the county? This shall prevent it. Mag, lie down there. What if the friar should give me this drink to poison me, for fear I should disclose our former marriage? Ah, I do love him much. He is a holy and religious man. I will not entertain so bad a thought. What if I should be stifled in the tomb? Awake an hour before the appointed time? Ah, then I fear I shall be lunatic and play with my dead forefathers' bones, dash out my frantic brains. Methinks I see cousin Tybalt, sweltering in his blood, seeking Romeo. Stay, Tybalt, stay. Romeo, I come. This do I drink to thee.
That's well said, nurse. Set all in readiness. The county will be here immediately.
Come, come, make haste, for it is almost day. The curfew bell hath rung. 'Tis 4 o'clock. Look to your baked meats, good Angelica.
Oh, go, get you gone, you caught queen. Eat faith, you will be sick anon.
I warrant thee, nurse, I have ere now watched all night and have taken no harm at all.
Ah, you've been a mouse hunt in your time.
A jealous hood! A jealous hood! How now, Sirrah? What hast thou there?
Forsooth, logs.
Go, choose drier. Will tell thee where thou shalt fetch them.
Nay, I warrant. Let me alone. I have a head I trow to choose a log.
Well, go thy way, thou shalt be loggerhead! Come, make haste, call up your daughter. The county will be here with music straight. God's me, he's come! Nurse, call up my daughter.
Go, get you gone. What labor? What lamb? Fast, I warrant. What, Juliet? God, me, how sound you sleep. Nay, I see I must wake you indeed. What's this? On your bed and down, laying your clothes and down? I need, alack the day, bring me some aquavitae, oh! How now, what's the matter? She's dead. She's dead, she's dead!
Accursed, unhappy, miserable time.
Come, make haste, where's my daughter?
She's dead.
She's dead!
Stay, let me see. All pale and wan? Accursed time! Unfortunate old man!
What? Is the bride ready to go to church?
Ready to go, but never to return. O son, the night before thy wedding day hath death lain with thy bride. Flower as she is, deflowered by him. See where she lies. Death is my son-in-law. To him I give all I have.
I thought long to see this morning's face, and doth it now present such prodigies? Accursed, unhappy, miserable man, forlorn, forsaken, destitute I am, born to the world to be a slave in it, distressed, remediless, and unfortunate. Oh, heavens! Oh, nature, wherefore did you make me to live so wretched, so vile as I shall?
Oh, here she lies that was our hope, our joy, and being dead, sorrow nips us all.
All our joy and all our hope is dead.
Dead.
Lost.
Undone.
Absented.
Wholly fled.
Cruel, unjust, impartial destinies. Why to this day have you preserved my life? To see my hope, my stay, my joy, my life deprived of sense, of life, of all by death, cruel, unjust, impartial destinies. O sad-faced sorrow, map of misery, why this sad time have I desired to see, wherein I hope to see my comfort full, to be deprived by sudden destiny.
Oh, woe. Alack, distress. Why should I live to see this day, this miserable day? Alack the time that ever I was born to be partaker of this destiny. Alack the day. Alack and well a day.
Oh, peace. For shame, if not for charity. Thy daughter lives in peace and happiness, and it is vain to wish it otherwise. Come, stick your rosemary in this dead corse, and as the custom of our country is, in all her best and sumptuous ornaments, convey her where her ancestors lie too.
Let it be so. Come, woeful sorrow mates, let us together taste this bitter fate.
Get up, this is a woeful case.
By my troth, mistress, says it had neatly mended.
Alack, what shall I do? Come, fiddlers, play me some merry dumb.
Sir, this is no time to play. you give us.
The fiddler, I'll ray you, I'll fy you, I'll sew you.
If you ray us and fa us, we will know.
I will put up my iron dagger and beat you with my wooden weight. Come on, Simon Soundpost, I'll pose you.
Let's hear.
When gripping grief the heart doth wound and doleful dubs, the mind oppressed, then music with her silver sound. Why silver sound? Why silver sound?
I think because music had a sweet sound.
Pretty. What say you, Matthew Minikin?
I think because musicians sound for silver.
Pretty too. Come. What say you?
I say nothing.
I think so. Then I will speak for you because you are the singer. I say silver sound because such fellows as you have seldom gold for sounding. Farewell, fiddlers, farewell.
Farewell, and behave. Come, let's go.
If I may trust the flattering eye of sleep, my dreams present some good event to come. My bosom lord sits cheerful in his throne, and I am comforted with pleasing dreams. Methought I was this night already dead. Strange dreams that give a dead man leave to think. And then my lady Juliet came to me, and breathed such life with kisses in my lips that I revived and was an emperor. News from Verona. How now, Balthasar? How doth my lady? Is my father well? How fares my Juliet? That I asked again. If she be well, then nothing can be ill.
Then nothing can be ill, for she is well. Her body lies in Capel's monument, and her immortal parts with angels dwell. Pardon me, sir, I am the messenger of such bad tidings.
Is it even so? Then I defy my stars. Go, give me ink and paper and hire post horse. I will not stay mantua tonight.
Pardon me, sir, I will not leave you thus. Your looks are dangerous and full of fear. I dare not, nor I will not leave you yet.
Do as I bid thee. Get me ink and paper and hire those horse. Stay not, I say. Well, Juliet, I will lie with thee tonight. Let's see for means. As I do remember, here dwells an apothecary, whom oft I noted as I passed by, whose needy shop is stuffed with beggarly accounts of empty boxes. And in the same, an alligator hangs. Old ends of packed threads and cakes of roses are thinly strewed to make up a show. Him as I noted, thus with myself I thought, and if a man should need a poison now, whose present sale is death in Mantua, here might buy it. The thought of my dipper for all my need, and hereabout he dwells. Being holiday, the beggar's shop is shut. Well, ho, apothecary, come forth, I say.
Who calls? Ah, what would you, sir?
Here's 20 ducats. Give me a dram of some such speedy gear that will dispatch the weary taker's life as suddenly as powder being fired from forth the cannon's mouth.
Such drugs I have, I must of force confess. But yet the law is death to those that sell them.
Art thou so bare and full of poverty, dost thou fear to violate the law? The law is not thy friend, nor the law's friend, and therefore make no conscience of the law. Upon thy back hang ragged misery, and starving famine dwelleth in thy cheeks.
My poverty, but not my will, consents.
I pay thy poverty, but not thy will.
Hold. Take you this, and put it in any liquid thing you will, and it will serve head to the lives of 20 men.
Hold. Take this gold, worse poison to men's souls than this which thou hast given me. Go, hide thee hence, provide thee clothing, get thee in the flesh. Come, cordial and not poison. Go with me to Juliet's grave, for there I must use thee.
What, Friar Lawrence? Brother? Oh.
This same should be the voice of Friar John. What news from Mantua? What, will Romeo come?
Going to seek a barefoot brother out, one of our order to associate, here in the city, visiting the sick, whereas the infectious pestilence remained, and being by the searches of the town found and examined, we are both shut up.
Who bore my letters then to Romeo?
I have them still, and here they are.
By my holy order, these letters were not nice, but of great weight. Go get thee hence, and get me presently a spade and a mat.
Well, I will presently go fetch thee them.
Now must I do mine alone. it should before I come be wake from sleep. I will hide to free her from that tomb of misery.
Put out the torch, and lie thee all along under this yew tree, keeping thine ear close to the hollow ground. And if thou hear one tread within this churchyard, straight give me notice.
I will, my lord.
Sweet flower, with flowers I strew thy bridal bed. Sweet tomb, that in thy circuit does contain the perfect model of eternity, fair Juliet, that with angels doth remain. Accept this latest favor at my hands, that living honored thee, and being dead, with funeral praises do adorn thy tomb.
My lord!
Boy gives warning, something doth approach. Oh, cursed foot wanders this way tonight, to stay my obsequies and true love's rites. What? With a torch? Muffle me, knight, a while.
Take these letters early in the morning, and see thou deliver them to my lord and father. So get thee gone and trouble me no more. Why I descend to this bed of death is partly to behold my lady's face, but chiefly to take from her dead finger a ring which I must use in dear employment. But if thou wilt stay, further to pry in what I undertake, by heaven, I'll tear thee joint by joint and strew this hungry churchyard with thy limbs. The time and my intents are savage wild.
Will all be gone and not trouble you?
So shalt thou win my favor. Take thou this. Commend me to my father. Farewell, good fellow.
Yet for all this will I not part from hence.
Thou detestable moth, thou womb of death, gorged with the dearest morsel of the earth, lest I enforce the rotten just to oath.
This is that banished haughty Montague that murdered my love's cousin. I will apprehend him. Stop thy unhallowed toil, vile Montague. Can vengeance be pursued further than death? I do tax thee as a felon here. The law condemns thee, therefore thou must die.
Oh, I must deceive, and therefore came I hither. Good youth, be gone. Tempt not a desperate man. Keep not another sin upon my head by shedding of thy blood. I do protest, I love thee better than I love myself, for I come hither armed against myself.
I do defy thy conjurations, and do attach thee as a felon here.
What? Dost thou tempt me? Then have at thee, boy!
Oh, Lord, big fight! I will go call the watch.
If thou be merciful, open the tomb. Lay me with Juliet.
Faith I will. Let me peruse his face. Mercutio's kinsman, noble County Paris. What said my man when my betossed soul did not regard him as we passed along? Did he not say Paris should have married Juliet? Either he said so or I dreamed it so. But I will satisfy thy last request. For thou hast prized thy love above thy life. Death, lie thou there, thy dead man interred.
many, at the hour of death, been blithe and pleasant, which their keepers call a lightning before death. But how may I call this a lightning? Ha! Dear Juliet, how well thy beauty doth become this grave. Oh, I believe that unsubstantial death is amorous, and doth court my love. Therefore will I, O here, O ever here, set up my everlasting rest with worms that are thy chambermaid. Come, desperate pilot, now at once run on the dashing rocks thy seasick weary barge. Here's to my love. O true apothecary, thy drugs are swift. Thus, with a kiss, I die.
How often I have these my aged feet stumbled on graves as I pass along. Who's there?
A friend, and one that knows you well.
Who is it that consorts so late in dead? What light is yon? If I be not deceived, methinks it burns in Capel's monument.
It doth so, holy sir, and there is one that loves you dearly.
Who is it?
Romeo.
How long hath he been there?
Full half an hour and more.
Go with me thither.
I dare not, sir. He knows not that I am here. On pain of death, he charged me to be gone and not forward to disturb him in his enterprise.
Then must I go. My mind presageth ill. What blood is this that stains the entrance of this marble stony monument? What means these masterless and gory weapons? Ah, me. I doubt. Who's here? What? Romeo dead? Oh, in Paris too. What unlucky hour is accessory to so foul a sin? The lady stirs.
Ah, comfortable friar. I do remember well where I should be and what we talked of, but yet I cannot see him for whose sake I undertook this hazard.
Lady, come forth. We shall be taken. I hear some noise at hand. Paris he is slain, and Romeo dead. And if we here be ta'en, we shall be thought to be his accessory. I will provide for thee in some close nunnery.
Ah! Leave me! Leave me, I will not prevent.
I hear some noise. I dare not stay. Come, come.
Go! Get thee gone! What's here? A cup. Closed in my lover's hand. Sure. Drink on, leave no drop for me. This way! This way! Aye, noise. Then must I be resolute. Oh, happy dagger. Thou shalt end my fear. Rest in my bosom. Thus, I come to.
Come, look about, what weapons have we here? See, friends, where Juliet 2 days buried, one bleeding wounded. Search and see who's near, attach and bring them to us presently.
Hey, come here. Captain! There's a friar with tools about him. Fit to a platoon.
A great suspicion, keep him safe.
Here's Romeo's man.
Keep him to be examined. What early mischief calls us up so soon? Oh, noble prince, see here where Juliet 2 days entombed, warm and fresh bleeding. Romeo in county Paris likewise newly slain. Search, seek about to find the murderers.
What rumor's this that is so early up?
The people in the streets cry Romeo and some on Juliet as if they alone had been the cause of such a mutiny.
See! Why, this dagger hath mistook, for lo, the back is empty of young Montague, and it is sheathed in our daughter's breast.
Come, Montague, for thou art early up to see thy son and heir more early down.
Dread sovereign, my wife is dead tonight, and young Benvolio's deceased too. What further mischief can there yet be found?
First come and see, then speak.
Oh, thou untaught! What manners is in this to press before thy father to a grave?
Seal your mouths of outrage for a while, and let us seek to find the authors out of such a heinous and seen mischance. Bring forth the parties in suspicion.
Juliet, here slain, was married to that Romeo without her father's or her mother's grant. Then did I give her, tutored by mine art, a potion that should make her seem as dead, and told her that I would with all post speed send hence to Mantua for her Romeo, that he might come and take her from the tomb. But Romeo, understanding by his man that Juliet was deceased, returned in post unto Verona for to see his love. What after happened, I am ignorant of. And if in this aught have miscarried, by me or by my means, let my old life be sacrificed, some hour before his time, to the most strictest rigor of the law.
We still have known thee for a holy man. Now where is Romeo's man? What can he say in this?
I brought my master word that she was dead, and he posted straight from Mantua unto this tomb. These letters he delivered me, charging me early give them to his father.
I will read over the letters. And where's the county's boy who called the watch?
I brought my master onto Juliet's grave, but when approaching straight, I called my master. At last they fought. I ran to call the watch, and that is all I can say or know.
These letters do make good the friar's word. Oh, come Capulet and come old Montague. Where are these enemies? See what hate hath done.
Come, brother Montague, give me thy hand. There is my daughter's dowry, for no more can I bestow on her. That's all I have.
But I will give them more. I will erect her statue of pure gold, that while Verona by that name is known, there shall no statue of such price be set as that of Romeo's love, Juliet.
As rich shall Romeo by his lady lie. Poor sacrifices to our enmity.
Gloomy peace this day doth with it bring. Come, let us hence to have more talk of these sad things. Some shall be pardoned and some punished. For ne'er was heard a story of more woe than this of Juliet and her Romeo.
Physical violence is an extension of the plot and the story. It's how we see the feud. We understand that this feud is serious because of the violence.
Like the whole society is kind of built on this aggressive, we act first, we don't think about it, and so that's kind of reflected in all that physical violence. There's a lot of sword fighting and contact between people and like friends.
So the older you are, the bigger the sword you get. So Paris gets a broadsword, and then Mercutio, Tybalt, and me, we all get a rapier. The smaller the swords, the younger you are, which just symbolizes the shift in time.
We see at the very end that both the parents are still very angry, and they've just got another reason, the deaths of their children, to blame each other for.
I think for some people, it's kind of like, I'm going to try really hard to put this in the past. No matter how hard parents say, I don't want to do this anymore, our kids are dead, there's always going to be the younger generation, like maybe not completely understanding, like this is over.
There's a Democratic Party and the Republican Party. I mean, if two people from both sides were in love and died, I still don't think we would all, become one neutral party. So there's always going to be that underlying hate that was always there.
I was brought to Lord Denny's Players in my freshman year because it combined two of my favorite things, theater and English.
I was taking a class, a craft acting class with my teacher, and he just recommended me to audition to a play, and I did, and I got casted.
I got an email from like LDP, and I was like, wow, that's interesting.
Coming into the play, I've always seen Romeo and Juliet performed for its tragic love story. Our production, however, is focusing on other themes such as youth and violence.
It's always kind of the same story. I discovered there are so many layers to Romeo and Juliet that I've never really noticed before, like the violence and the family feud, like there's so much more going on.
Before I started playing as Romeo, and what I have the preconceived notion was it was just a love story between these two people, and that, I was going to be the same chocolate box love story. It's much more to that. I mean, most of my time on screen is away from Juliet. There's kind of like this physical barrier between us both, and the same with an emotional when it comes to the society and politics of the play.
The most powerful moment in the play for me would be the final scene. I think it's the culmination of the tragic events that we have been gathering throughout the play. There has been death leading up to the final scene, but the final scene is the ultimate tragedy.
It'd have to be the banished scene. That monologue is the most emotional and powerful that I've ever done. Performing that every single time, Romeo is just so grief-stricken. He does not want to hear that word and would rather die. Actually, dying and banished is the same word for him.
The most powerful moment for me, I'm disowned by kind of everyone that's close to me, my dad, my mom, my nurse. I'm all alone, and I have decided to die.
There are differences between our version, the quarto, and the folio in the script, where we see certain things happen to certain characters, but certain details are in the quarto that are not in the folio. The fates of some characters are different in the quarto, and I believe that's very significant because it affects the rest of the play and our commentary on violence in youth.
The folio's got these little textual errors in them. They're not really textual errors, they're more for the acting things. So you've got capitalization of letters and colons and semicolons and all those stuff put in there. And it looks wrong, but in reality it's just the way that the actors used it to help perform it.
Fortune probably played a part somewhere early on in creating the generational rift, but I don't think fortune is the main cause.
Mercutio is the only one that does not believe he himself is fortune's fool, but everyone else in the play thinks that it's up to fate and everything.
If there's anyone who's fortune's fool, it is definitely Mercutio. He kind of like jokes along the whole entire time, like, oh, like this is ridiculous, you guys are being silly. And then he kind of dies in the middle of it. So it's like, oh, maybe this was serious and I just put it off too long and now I'm paying the price.
Hi, I'm Hannah. I'm the stage manager for Romeo and Juliet. This is my third production with Lord Denny's Players. I've done every job in the book with this company. Last year I acted and did costumes, and then this year I'm stage managing and kind of doing costumes on the side as well. And I think just having that experience is so cool and great, because in a lot of theater you do end up doing a lot of different jobs. So I think that experience is just one that I know I'll take with me out of college, and I think that a lot of other people who've been involved also will. So since this production isn't set in any specific time, we try to use our costuming to show the themes that we're trying to set forth in this production. So one of our big themes is generational violence, so we wanted to emphasize the differences between the older generation and the younger generation. So the older characters are dressed in more Renaissance things that you've seen before on LDP productions, and the younger generation is costumed more in modern clothes. Yesterday, Kat was wearing a leather jacket, and we said, oh, that would look great on Benvolio. So we threw it on Benvolio, and it looked great. So yeah, definitely this year has been a mismatch of all sorts of different ways of costuming, but it's coming together in the end. The culture of LDP really draws people in, because we're just a place where if you've never been on stage before, we can put you on stage and maybe you'll fall in love with it. We've had a lot of people who are like that, and it's just a very welcoming and inclusive environment, and you're learning about English while being an English major in a very tangible way that I think a lot of other colleges don't necessarily have.